Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. It's going to be the Greenskins led by Zesty facing off against Norsca, who shall be helmed by Turining here on the Celestial Lake, and it is going to be the Trouser Snake and the Chimera, which is very, very common these days. So for the Norscan build on the north side, it is going to be some basic Norscan trolls, so not the fancy ice trolls, just going bare bones here, which honestly can do fine, especially if your opponent indexes into Blackworks. We do have Sail the Faithless. He is going to be bringing out Nightmaw, which is like Wolfrig's Boat ability, basically, Enfeebling Foe, Wind Blast, and Chain Lightning, and Backstabbing Sorcery as well, which is a fun little ability. Bearmen are just so solid. Having ITP and almost 12,000 HP, you're basically getting Nurgle infantry on your roster that have ITP. It's a great deal. Now, the Bloodtree Chimera is extremely strong. This thing did get nerfed in the early access, but is still an S-tier monster and might even still be a little bit strong. It has 3 breath attacks and also has the ability to heal when it lands on the ground. It does fire damage and magic damage and poison damage. Really, really brutal. I mean, against a character like Grom the Paunch, it can do huge work. And against Greenskins, the Trouser Snakes are really good. Dreadmaws can pop up on Ruggled's Armored Orcs, can terror route mass infantry positions. It's a good tech here by Halid, and I like it quite a bit. So for Zesty's army, it's going to be Orc Boys and Goblins. He's paying the Troll Toll too. He's got Stone Trolls, which will be pretty resilient against Norscan missiles, and he does also have the Swamp Things, Grom the Paunch. I would imagine he has Language of Du Bois. Degradance is here, and Language of Du Bois. This is a really, really, really good ability. It gives a huge ITP aura, making your Greenskin army so much more stalwart, and that's why, you know, he's kind of back in the meta. He fell off, but we've seen a bit of Grom lately. Alright, so we do see the Bloodtree Chimera getting blasted by the Orc Shaman and the Ruggled's Armored Orcs, and honestly a good trade for the Greenskins out of the gates, as the Chimera is going to be forced back, and we are going to be seeing Norsca calling in the Marauder Horse Masters. Collins for the Greenskins sitting on 1,300 supplies, the Norscan sitting at about 1,200, give or take there. Really good Wind Blast coming in from Sail, so Windstruck activated, lowering speed and allowing the Norskins to trade very well. No breath attack from the Chimera. I thought we were going to see that right there, but that's not the case. So the Trouser Snake is lurking, and the Greenskins can see it. Even though it's underground, it is visible to you once it gets close. It's kind of like a stock unit in that way. Breath attack from the Chimera, okay, takes down some Orc Boys and tickles those Stone Trolls, but not super strong right there. So the Chimera probably is just going to run back and heal, so it's going to land on the ground where it can activate its Master Predator ability. So it's going to be popped at a second, and that bad boy is going to start healing. It's a very cool design monster. I like that. Like how you have to land it on the ground to heal it. Like it goes back in the bushes to ambush again and heals while it's doing it. Very fun. So Sail's going to be coming up, and the Trouser Snake is going to be jumping on the Ruggled's Armored Orcs. I don't know if I like this aggression into the Greenskins right now. I think you have the defensive advantage. Like, they don't have any artillery. There's not really a lot of sense in attacking them other than just unleashing your Chaos Fury, your Berserker Fury, which again is very good lore. Hlidden going to be calling in the Power Crept Giants. The Ettin's in the back, so the Ettin is going to be coming over and getting ready to L-boink on some of these units. Greenskin's going to be dropping a nice AoE right there, nailing those Marauder Bearmen, and these Trolls probably going to get wrecked. They're eating a lot of arrow fire. Grom the Paunch coming over. Degradance is here. These little goblins with almost 50 melee attack. Just, you know, sending those Trolls packing right there. So Ettin's on the way in, and Ettins are very good, but the Greenskins have plenty of answers. I mean, 2 archer units, including the skirmisher shooting at the Ettin, is really going to put it in the trash can. Now, Sail is a good lord. I like him. The one thing you have to be very careful about with Sail is the fact that he is rather squishy. He only has 30 armor and low HP. So I can't tell you how many games I've had with him where I just get him blasted like by one mistake. You get him out of position, your opponent punches him in the face. It feels bad. So Swamp Thing's moving up. Norsca definitely needs some javelins or something to take them down. Honestly, getting the Bloodtree Chimera to attack these Swamp Things would be a really strong play with the fire damage. Trouser Snake does pop up in the middle, so the Dreadmaw is just going to be sitting AFK, shooting some missiles, and is it burrowing? A little bit hard to tell what he's doing with it. There he goes. All right, so the burrow is active, and now we do see the Norscan Trolls coming back from their healing vacation to pile in. Sail's in a really bad position, though, where he is. I mean, there's a ton of mass around him. Grom the Paunch can just beat the brakes off him in a fight. He's like more of a Palpatine character behind the scenes. But I mean, Palpatine can throw hands when he needs to, you know. He can have a lightsaber duel with the best of them. But Sail is not Palpatine in that way. He's not going to be able to throw physical hands with anybody here. So there's going to be Nightmaw, and Nightmaw does tickle the goblins there, as Windstruck is active too. And Sail is going to be calling in the big homie. So the Ettin with his little pimp hand is going to be on his way up, and maybe he's just going to stand and watch. He's like, all right, well, this doesn't look like fun. But obviously he didn't give the correct attack order there. Norscan Javelins throwing in, doing good, and we do see the Followers of the Great Eagle. A good choice. They have a nice little debuff on them, which lowers armor and makes you weak to fire. So using them against the overextending Bearmen, not Bearmen, excuse me, Orc Boys, you know, they're all in the ballpark here. is going to be very, very good as those chariots of Tzeentch, I believe, of the Great Eagle. Yeah, it's got to be Tzeentch get in. Ooh, I like this. Acid Burpa is a decent SE fighter. Etten is going to beat the brakes off Grom in a fight, especially with Enfeebling Foe active. But the Etten is a little bit vulnerable to missile play. So Grom is going to retreat, and we do see the Acid Burper getting in there. Biggest Squiggus versus, yeah, the big old Etten here. So the Etten's going to be turning around, but you'll notice it is eating a lot of arrows, and that HP damage is really going to start to add up. It looks like he's stuck on one of his own units there, but there he goes. All right, so the big slap goes down. And yeah, Etten having a bad trade right now, as the archer line is in pretty good shape. We do see the Trouser Snake in the back pop up, so the Dreadmaw looking for an opportunity to shut down the archers, but a little bit out of position here, so the micro tax is going to be on. Chain Lightning from Sail is great. It's a really good spell. I'm a big Chain Lightning fan. It's I think it's very cost effective, so those Savage Orcs do get it pretty good. Etten, though, overextended a bit. In the back, we get the Worshippers of the Crow being called in, and the Orcs pressuring the back objective, but I think the Followers of the Great Eagle and the Worshippers of the Crow should be able to hold it down, and the Etten is getting worked. It's getting hammered by these archers. Dreadmaw is trying his best to help his homie out. He's like, I got you, man. I got you. Ruggled's Armored Orcs getting hammered a little bit. Dreadmaw going to be descending back into the pits, while the Chimera really needs to shut down some of these archers if it can. Beautiful breath attack there by Hlidden, by the way. That was really nice. Able to nail down those Boarboy Biggins, and it looks like Nightmaw is going to be activated. So here comes the Eldritch Horror from beyond, tearing through those ranks and returning back to the portal from whence it came. Very nice battle between these guys. Very, very fun back and forth stuff. So Acid Burpa able to get the job done against the Etten. Now, obviously, in a one-on-one fight, the Etten would annihilate the Acid Burpa, but with all the arrows that were just punishing it earlier, it did take enough damage that it was forced back, but it is healing now. So it would be very unfortunate for Zesty if that thing did get salvaged and healed. And the biggest Squiggus is rampaging for another 8 seconds, and Skinwolves are now on the job. Skinwolves will be excellent against biggest Squiggus. Anti-large, pretty quick, you know, going to be able to pace with it more or less. Back on the home objective for Objective 2, the Greenskins' aggression being stifled by the Worshippers of the Crow and the Chariots. And now we do see the Followers here attacking into the Orc Boarboy Biggins, which of course is a bad fight for them, but they have Marauder Bearmen with them, so they might be able to win the 2v1. We'll have to see. In the back, Dreadmaw being very good, taking down Ruggled's Armored Orcs, and the Chimera is also just causing havoc around the battlefield, while Sail the Faithless is being a menace as usual. Skinwolves are here, and they do get broken. Grom the Paunch with, there we go, able to get over here and break down these bad boys. With the support of Swamp Things as well. Huge melee attack buff. That thing packs a punch. So we do see the objective in the clutches of the Greenskins. So the Greenskins do have the double cap, and the value probably maybe slightly favors Greenskins in this game. Norskins do have a little bit of momentum going forward, and that Chimera and Sail, yeah, he's got a little bit of a squad back here. Dreadmaw, of course, doesn't have any way to heal, sitting at 23 leadership, so a stiff breeze could break it. Sail going to fight in there and help to try and keep the Dreadmaw on the table, sitting at 4 leadership. If this thing does break, it just disappears off the table. So obviously that would be very nice for the Greenskins to be able to get the break there. But I think the counterpunch from the Chimera and Sail will be enough to break the Stone Trolls. And the home objective of the Greenskins is going to be taken, while the Greenskins do a cultural exchange and steal objective number 3 here. All right, guys. The battle is on, and the Worshippers of the Crow are holding the back point. They're a cool unit. They do have the Norsca Rage mechanic, which of course all of Norsca has, but you can bring them on other factions. So you can bring them on Nurgle, so if you want to get a little bit of Norscan flavor there. And they're immune to contact effects as well. So fire damage, for example, which could mitigate their healing if they were getting healed, or also poison is obviously where that's very, very good. I feel like Nurgle units should be immune to poison in general. It's kind of silly. Oh, all right. So back here, Sail getting caught. And this is all it takes with him, man. He's very squishy. Luckily, he's able to get away with the Beast of Tashnar coming in and the Enfeebling Foe. A very, very good play. But if Sail had gotten caught and killed there, that probably would just be GG. Looking at the points right now, it's 881 against 532. We do see the Norskins cackling a little bit here. Greenskins, of course, were on the back foot, but the Greenskin blob, its Death Star here, is kind of scary. 8-peak loonies pressing over to the objective, so these loony goblins should be able to push these guys off and make sure it is nice and secret and safe. While the Greenskins are going to be able to probably swamp and break the Followers of the Great Eagle. The Norscan army is looking a little bit raggedy now. As we get a Boarboy engagement, beautiful Boarboy engagement. They will be able to fold up this, potentially fold up this Chimera, surrounding it with anti-large attacks. And the Acid Burper is going to be zeroing in and coming over here. So here he comes. He's moving and grooving. So here comes the big man. All right, so Acid Burper's on its way in, going to be attacking into the Chimera, and chomp, chomp, chomp. Chimera's holding, though, and might be able to find a way to escape. It does, of course, have pretty good mass. AP Loonies trying to hang in there on this side. They are unbreakable, of course, but they're getting swarmed by the Etten, as well as the remnants of the Trolls. And that is one thing about Norsca. Despite the fact they're down on value, they have healing on the Etten and on their Trolls. So there's a fair amount of healing that they've gotten. I mean, this thing is approaching healing cap right now as he does stomp. Oh, he just stomped on one of those goblins, put him out like a cigarette there. AP Loonies gonna get broken eventually. Well, not broken, but killed to the last. On the backside, Forest Goblins versus Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves might be able to clutch that actually in their current health. They got about 1100 HP. Gonna be interesting. But the Greenskins have the steamroller, right? Like, if we look around, we are probably going to see a Helm's Deep attempt from Hlidden, but he's not at that point. If Zesty's able to capture Objective 3 quick enough with his Greenskin Death Star, that is ITP because of Grom. I've had a lot of games like this against Greenskins in the past where you think you can, like, just terror break them in the end, but because of Grom's language of the boys, giving everybody the fat ITP, you just can't break their positions, and you're like, whoa, is this really a Greenskin army? Hlidden probably going to do a maneuver over to Objective 1 and try and ninja that with his Chimera and get a break there, because the Grom Death Star can only be so many places at once. But taking down the Etten would be a very, very nice step at getting some terror off the battlefield, and the Etten is currently shaken and stirred and is going to be getting it. Here comes the rotate, and the Greenskins do have a fair amount, though. They got Spider Riders, they do also have Morgub's Magi Marauders, Stone Trolls, and Ruglad's Armored Orcs in the back, who are going to be able to make their rotate this way, while the Acid Burper will most likely win this duel. I mean, this thing is on death's bed. It's still got 2,000 HP. Ettins are so insanely good. Acid Burper, look at the value of this bad boy this game. He's sitting at about 1,900, and he throws up there and gets a little bit more value. It looked like the Etten tried to block it with his little hand there. But yep, he is going to get crumped. Let's watch the end of this hunt as the Squig. I mean, I think it's a little bit too big of a target for him to eat, but it is a majestic creature indeed. All right, Squigus, give it to us. One more hit should take the Etten down. He's at 300. Wog is active, 500 weapon strength here, and down goes the Etten to biggest Squigus. All right. So this is the final stand of Norsca, really. I mean, to have a chance, they need to basically get this objective and then just Helm's Deep. But as it currently stands, ooh, it's pretty close, actually. We might actually see Norsca being able to win on one, but I just think they're so broken on the field, it's just not going to happen. Acid Burper's here. Sail has done pretty decent 1,800 value. It's a shame that his item is bugged. Sail's Shulkane's Teeth. Hopefully that's something that CA will fix. Yeah, because it's a cool item, and it's a really big part of his personality, and like what he brings to the table is having that sniping tool, like that vindictive snipe. But yeah, it's just bugged right now. Essentially what it can do is sometimes it works like 90% of the time, but if you activate the Shulkane's Teeth on somebody and then they run out of the range of it, he keeps casting it, he chases them, and then rapid fires like 2 or 3 machine gun Shulkane's Teeth, which is obviously incredibly broken. Norsca's still gremlining here on the back point, though, but they're definitely going to lose. The Goblins and just the sheer numbers of reinforcements here probably will be able to clutch it, and we do see some Stone Trolls coming in. That objective does get stabilized for Greenskins. They're in the process of taking this one, and we do see some Haggard Marauder Spears here, which, you know, are stalwart by Barbarian standards here, by the Norscan standards. But the Acid Burper and Grom will probably just be able to bully them down. You're going to see the Unholy Steamroller. And yeah, they're braced. They're like, oh, no, he moved. Okay, that's going to make it really bad. They're going to get worked even harder now as they were not braced for that charge, and they get folded in a matter of seconds. Acid Burper dropping the fart attack. Really nice play there by Zesty, as he does get the farts off. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be seeing that objective there getting broken, and objective number 1 back here getting broken as well. Yeah, looking like a Greenskin victory, guys. I don't see any comeback options for Norsca. I mean, Hlidden is just playing Gremlin mode, which is great. I respect the Gremlin grind, but he failed on his Gambit on the back objective and was not able to get objective 3 either. Zesty will be able to get over there with his Spider Riders most likely, or just rotate his Death Star and probably shut that down. You can see he's moving for it. Hounds and Sail trying their best. I mean, it's in the process of flipping, but now with the points as they are, Zesty wins on just the 2. He doesn't even need to get the triple cap anymore. Granted, he could probably get this one back. He's got some units coming over there. He is catching his opponent on points. Grom the Paunch with language of the boys, given the business here on the back point, as Hlidden is desperately trying to get some points back. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not going to be it. Really fun game. Cool to see like the Etten battling the Acid Burper, Grom the Paunch being a very clutch piece, and a lot of trolls on both sides actually. Dreadmaw was decent. Low value on it, but it was disruptive. Probably needed a little bit cleaner micro on the Dreadmaw, because it could have, I think, lasted longer. Yeah, GG, well played. So Swamp Things did good. Stone Trolls did really good. Ruglad's Armored Orcs. I mean, the Arrow Core taking down the Etten was very, very big. And Acid Burper with 2,800, while Hlidden's Elite Monsters got 1,200 there. Yeah, he kind of got bullied a little bit, but the Chimera got 23 and Sail got 18 as well, which is about what he costs. A little bit cheaper. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Hopefully you enjoyed this glorious Duel of Fates, and we will see you on the other side, ladies and gentlemen.